Hello everyone. Hey, my name is Damon Witzel. I'm the manager of the How to Become a Christian Apologetics Network and the administrator at the Word on the Word of Faith group blog at the Word on the Word of Faith infoblog.com. And I wanted to share my heart here today about this post here on closingstages.net, Mike Rodgers Blog. Me and Mike are friends, and we talked on the phone the other day, and he said that he would be doing this article and informed me a little bit about what was going on at Bethel Church with the Sozo program. And I wanted to share a little bit about myself to later on give you my opinion of why I think this is so dangerous for these people doing these Sozo parties and trying to counsel people with multiple personality disorder or dissociative identity disorder. And so anyway, in '85 I was in a car wreck and had brain damage, and as a result of that I've got bipolar illness. I've been in a mental hospital many times, and so I have real lows and real high highs. I can get to where I hear voices sometimes, and I've been on medicine. And throughout the years I've for one time I stood for 3 years. I sought healing for the Lord for my bipolar disorder, and due to Word of Faith ministries and stuff, I got off my medicine several times. And these kind of illnesses are dangerous for people to be counseling. I've had, because of my disorder, I've read hundreds of books on psychology. I've been in a mental hospital over 30 times. I've had hundreds of hours of one-on-one counseling, thousands of hours of group counseling. I used to help a young lady named, I can't even remember her name now, but anyway, I used to help Butterfly. Back in '98 to about 2000, I helped a teen oversee a group of depressed teens that counseled each other, and I kind of helped counsel them. Well, knowing about psychology and studying psychology has been essential for my survival. Also, a study of the Bible and correct doctrine have been essential to my ability to survive and to cope and to live a good life with bipolar illness by having good doctrine lodged in my brain up here. When somebody tells me that I should get off my medicine because if I don't have enough faith to be healed, I might not have enough faith to be saved, I know better. I know that the Bible doesn't teach that. So there's a couple of things. And also in my times in the hospital, I've met several people with multiple personality disorder and DID. And actually, whenever I got online first in 1998, I met a young lady named Kathy Green. Her nickname was Gray Moth, and she was from Ohio. And I met her at a poetry forum because I was posting some of my poetry there, and we started comparing poems and stuff, and she was one of the most interesting people I ever met, and we got real close. She had multiple personality disorder, DID. Her story was kind of unique. She came from an occult family, and her father was way up in the occult from the time she was a baby till she was almost 30. They sexually, physically, spiritually, mentally, psychologically abused her in every way that they could. And they did this. They would pass her around, rape her and pass her around all the people in the cult. They did this to actually split her personality and to actually put demons into her. Later on here in just a minute, I'll answer the question of, do I think multiple personality disorder and dissociative identity disorder, if it's demon possession or not. But let me tell you about her, a little bit about Kathy. She was the sweetest person. The real Kathy was the sweetest person you could ever know. You had to be careful what you said around her. You brought up certain topics, said certain words that would bring out another altar. Some of the altars didn't like me, some of them loved me. And some of them were like guardians over her, and they were like guardians from some of the bad altars. And she was just such a special person because she was closer to the Lord than anyone I had ever met. she depended on the Lord for her daily survival. And she worked with a local pastor there and a psychologist to both do, she had medical treatment, she took medicine, she also had counseling from a psychiatrist, and then she had biblical counseling where they focused on doctrinal counseling, apologetics work, to undo some of the occult theology that she was taught whenever she was raised in. They also did altar integrations. That's what they did at the psychiatrist. And with the pastor, she got lucky, one of the very few pastors out there that really knew how to deal with this thing and how to facilitate the combining of the altars. When I met her, she had over 250 altars, and she had gotten down to about 150 by the time I met her. She was married, and she, even though I talked to her husband still thought that we was getting too close because I was trying to help her and trying to share and everything, and we all shared poetry, and I just thought she was a fascinating person, and I was so touched. My life has been touched and blessed just for the 4 or 5 months that I got to know her. And so anyway, we haven't talked in a long time, but you know, could you imagine her being grown up in a family like that, have all that done to her, and to have demons put in her? She actually, the pastor that worked with her did do some exorcism. He did altar integration and exorcism of the bad ones. But now I think in the vast majority of cases, multiple personality disorder is not have anything to do with demonic oppression or possession. If you study this topic, you'll find that there's a lot of controversy, that some people think that people like Kathy are faking it. Till you know somebody, you'll know that that's not true. There's a deeper level to this because the occult also uses this as a form of trauma-based mind control. If you'll study into it, they can actually program someone. If you say a wrong word, they can program them to assassinate on demand by a key word, and then they can call them and say the key word and set them off to go kill someone. The mind control is that strong. You can study some of R.J. Lipton's material about mind control, and basically what multiple personality disorder is whenever most of the time it's people that have it have been extreme trauma, and the mind disassociates itself and forms different personalities to defend and to forget about it all. And you know, I've had all this exposure to psychology, counseling. I've known 4 or 5 other people with MPD, and a lot of interaction with Kathy. And even myself today, I still do counseling, theological counseling, and some psychological, not professional. I just advise people whether if they need to go see a professional or not. And if someone come to me with multiple personality, a real bad case, I would even feel overwhelmed to handle a case like that. It takes real special people, real specialized training to be able to help these kind of people. And the people at Bethel Church are going to destroy many, many people, y'all. So I'd hope that y'all would take interest in this issue and that y'all will speak up, that y'all will learn about multiple personality disorder and mental illnesses in general. You know, me, myself, I've had over a dozen Christians tell me that I must be demon possessed because I have bipolar illness. They mostly bring it up when I'm in debates with them and stuff like that, and they want to use it as an ad hominem attack and stuff. But so anyway, please get educated on this. I'll be following this blog post series here of Mike's, and I'll be commenting along. If you get out and do some study on this stuff, you'll find that these people are just so rejected and misunderstood and everything, and they need help. But Bethel Church and this Sozo group is going to destroy people, and I hope they get their pantsuit off, because people that go to them, they're under duress. They're not making their own right, good decisions, so they can still be sued regardless if people sign waivers. Well, y'all have a blessed evening.